I think he's pooping. I'm pretty sure he's pooping. I came down here after doing my hair, looking all nice for him. I didn't even wear a beanie this morning. I put in effort. And I show up, and all there is chair. Doesn't even know. Probably pooping. Most definitely probably pooping. And now we're sitting here, and we're waiting. I don't know how long we're going to wait. I haven't even seen Brandon this morning. We're just sitting here, waiting on the world to change. It has to be a big one. I mean, we're going on a minute late. Oh, Justin, this is just the GS show right now.
I'm here. I'm here. I made it. Woo! 1 minute. 1 minute late. Don't give me any crap.
Well, it sounds like you were just giving some craps. We here.
We steer you right on time.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is a G, a P, which stands for poop. Ass. That's right.
Ooh.
Brandon, were you pooping?
Okay.
Were you pooping?
I mean, I had a delightful bowel movement this morning. The kind where you're like, you know what? Today is going to be a good day.
Life is worth living today.
It's somehow your body gets more energy. It's like you just got rid of so many toxins and things, probably just poisoning you slowly. But I was late because I was trying to be as efficient as Tom freaking Grossi. I was finishing a script this morning, got this shit done. I was like, ooh, it's going to be tight, but I think I can shoot this episode before GPS starts.
Oh, so you went with that route. Oh,
I'm
going to record before GPS. It never ends well, by the way. It's such a relief because when you're done and then you're like, oh my God, I don't have to record this. But dude, it's
yeah, and I didn't even finish. I got like 2 paragraphs left. I was like, oh God, look at the time. And then I go upstairs. I go pee.
Go pee.
Carmi comes into the bathroom because I didn't lock the door. And then she's like, you want me to help you wash your hands, Daddy? And I'm like, yeah. And we do this thing. We've got 2 different soaps. I'm like, when she washes her hands, I give her the half and half. It's half the foam soap, half the real soap. She's like, you want the half and half tonight? So I'm like,
it's like a barista order. It's like a Starbucks. So
so I'm like, yes. So she has to take the soaps down, and it's like it takes about 2 minutes longer than it should to wash hands. And then right before I'm ready to come down, she goes, Daddy, you forgot your hug. So then I wait another beat. And then she comes over and gives me a hug. And this time, for whatever reason, she just holds on to me. And she wouldn't let go. So it was adorable. It was adorable.
And you left her to do this?
Well, I got to do a show, man.
Why isn't Carmi doing the show?
Well, give it 5 years.
It'll still be like the Grossi Perna Show, right? Like it'll still kind of count.
Her power rankings would probably be better than
the power rankings would honestly finally be like normalized. But okay, that is true. You could have made that entire story up. Like you could have just been taking like the biggest dump of your life, and you're just like, yeah, no, I just didn't want to come down here. Oh no, sorry, my daughter didn't want to let me go because she loves me so much. You know what? That was well played. That was well played.
She does. Dude, well, she does the hug quite a bit. She's like, you forgot your hug. And a lot of the times, what's that?
Why are you forgetting so much?
Well, it's just like every time I go downstairs, I forgot the hug.
So then why aren't you hugging and then going downstairs? Like, for example, right now, I open this door and there is a 90-pound... Nope, never mind. He was there. He's gone now. That makes me look bad. Never mind. Nope. He was whining.
No, I mean, I do. But my point was going to be a lot of the times it's quick. Like, she'll come over and she'll hug my shoe. She'll bow down to my shoe and put her head on it.
Oh, so
or she'll just she'll bop her head on my leg. Like, you never know what you're getting with the hug. This time, just when I was running as late as I've ever been running for this show, she just latched on. And then I was like, okay, I love you. Got to go. And then she just wouldn't let go.
Well, listen.
Sorry, my child loves me.
That's what I... Listen, you got to enjoy it while you can, right? Not like in the cat's in the cradle way, but because eventually Carmi's going to be taller than you. So this is the only chance that, you know, you can kind of be at the same level.
She'll be lucky to be taller than me. Chances of her being more than 5'2", slim. Very slim.
Did you get that mapped out by the doctor? They're like 5'2"?
No, it's just like, what, I'm 5'8", Jess is 5'2" on a good day.
So she'll be 6'5".
They're just short jeans. She got short jeans.
Well, we got.
She's taller than she should be on the charts, but
so maybe
anyway.
Maybe.
How was your stream last night?
How was the stream? The stream was great. The game?
Was it?
The game was the game. Oh, yeah. We talked about everything. We talked about so much. You know what? I will actually say I had a great night last night. I did.
Oh.
Because, you know, like the stream was really good. The game sucked ass, but that's not. And you know what, though? Praise be it didn't go into overtime because I really thought that game was going to go into overtime. And I was so upset. And then at the end, still on third down, the Bears are throwing it and they could have given it back to the Panthers. I was like, no. But I want to talk about that. I want to talk about, you know, this coming weekend, like the primetime games are not good. But I also had a good night, and I won't spoil anything, of course. I know this is not your thing. But good God, man, I watched the finale of Loki, and like it just made me really happy as like a comic book nerd and like that person because it was so damn good. I literally just sat there going, wow. Like you ever you've seen it, like Succession or something like that. Like you'll watch a TV show and be like, that was like incredible. Like that was so damn good. That's what last night was. So I was happy.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of those shows out right now.
No.
There's a lot of shows, but none of them are hitting at like Succession level of good.
Yeah.
You know, we need we need another Breaking Bad. We need our next Mad Men. We need our next Sopranos. We need our next Game of Thrones.
Did you watch Better Call
Saul? Ever since HBO got engulfed by freaking Max or whatever.
Hey, do you watch Fargo? The new season's coming out. Bro, Fargo is amazing. You want a show like that is like...
How long has it been between seasons?
It's been a while now. Yeah. So it's been... Because it's a different story, but they're like kind of loosely related. But yeah, it is so good, dude. I can't wait for the new season. It's going to be great. Dude, True Detective's coming out too soon. I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay. We'll be getting them.
Did you watch last night's game?
Yes, I did actually.
Okay. So
I was gonna say for Fargo, just real quick.
Yeah.
Bokeem Woodbine in was it season 2 of Fargo? You know who that is?
Yeah.
I had like this clip. I basically just used his voice and mixed it in with Vance Joseph because Vance Joseph was the Broncos head coach at the time. Yeah. And they both had like the little gap between their teeth. They kind of looked similar. And there was like all these sound bites that just made like, it was like a fake Broncos news press conference. And it was just stuff he was saying from Fargo.
That's amazing.
I thought it was one of my favorite videos.
Fargo's great, by the way. Like that is really, the first one was like Billy Bob Thornton. Oh my God. That first season's so good. Like Martin Freeman. But the reason I asked about the game is because like this was probably the first time this season that I actually said, because usually like I'll go back, I'll watch highlights, I'll watch like certain clips, I'll watch certain plays from like each game, right? Just to kind of get an idea of like what happened. This was my first time like really sitting down and watching the full 3.5 hours of the Panthers offense. And as somebody who has a bad offense, the Packers do not have a good offense right now. Holy crap, man. Like that's bad. And it's not like I'm not trying to make fun of them. It's like, oh, damn. Like, there's so many things. Because the O-line is not great, right? The O-line's not great. But when Bryce Young has time, they're like, it's the same play. It's the same play. Nobody's open. They're running up the middle all the time, right? Panthers fans, like, you finally see it. Like, it just is uninspired play calling. Bryce Young does not look good. I'm not saying he's a bust or anything, because again, not a lot of wide receivers, and they're not open when they are. No offensive line. But dude, like, even Bryce, you're like, you would hope to see something at this point. Because of course there's CJ Stroud, but that's an outlier. But even Justin Fields at this point, there was something that like, oh, okay, like there's those flashes and stuff. And that's just, it's tough, man. It's been a long season. And I know I've seen some progress from Bryce throughout the year, but yeah, Thursday last night was rough. It was rough.
He does not deserve that.
I agree. See? Perna agrees. See?
You got to look, going to games is more of a chore than it is a reward for Tom and I, even if it is the Super Bowl. What true. I wanted to say is, like, halfway through the season, the Panthers had the worst record. Ooh. And I know we talked about it here, and I said, like, I don't think the Panthers are actually the worst team in the league. Mm-hmm. They have the worst record, but I think they're a little bit better than their record. Now I think they are the worst team. And I think when Kyler Murray comes back for the Cardinals, he'll elevate them from worst team to second worst team.
Well, dude, I told you, like, I did the placings. Like, the Panthers just mathematically were the worst team. Like, they are abysmal, dude. The Giants are right there. They're the closest one. But, man, like, it's rough out there. Yes, Hunter, it was a very, very good show.
Their last 3 weeks, 15 points in their weird win over the Texans, 13 points, 13 points.
Let's go.
And they last night looks really bad for Carolina because they're playing the Chicago Bears, who are also not that good, but they're playing the Bears without Justin Fields.
Yes.
And I know we all want the Bagent Zero story. We want him to tear it up, but like Fields is a lot better than Tyson Bagent.
Yeah.
And if Fields was playing last night, I think that game is probably kind of more of an ass kicking for the Bears. So a winnable game for the Panthers, and Bryce Young doesn't do really anything to help the team in that game. It's not like trying to just knock on Bryce Young, but he's under that microscope because the Panthers traded up to get Bryce Young, and CJ Stroud is playing so much better than him, and Anthony Richardson looked more dynamic. And then it's Frank Reich as the head coach. Nothing on the offense seems to be looking good. Their defense, a lot of injuries yesterday, kept them in the game, but it's just like there's not a lot there if you're a Panthers fan to be like, this is the thing that's working.
Yeah. Because like last year, like their defense looked pretty damn solid, but their run game, especially after they traded CMC, it was like, oh, like their run game. Okay, they're going to be a run-first team. That's cool. They're like, but no, dude, like it's not even, it's bad. It's bad. That's good viral.
I don't know, sneaky swordsman. Maybe when I diversify, do I start Hopkins versus Titans or Dell versus Bengals? Doesn't Hopkins play for the Titans?
Yeah, I was like, so who do the Titans play this week? I don't remember. Who do the Titans play this week? Oh, they're playing the Buccaneers. I think Titans have a higher upside, but Dell's been more consistent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's two tough defenses. Yeah. I go Dell just because I trust CJ more at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah, and that's the issue too, right? So like, I also want to take this with a grain of salt.
I disagree, but
no, I want to take this with a grain of salt because I don't necessarily agree with any QB, but I will say that he is put in a position where it is struggling, right? The coaching's not great. The play calling's not good. There's no wide receivers. There's no run game. There's no offensive line. Like the Panthers are not a well-constructed team right now. However, and that's what I alluded to before, you will have wanted to see something that gives you at least a little bit of hope because Joe Burrow was also on a team like that was not good. They were the worst team in football. And then he came in and at least you're like, damn, like, all right, like he's looking pretty damn good. And then of course he got injured that year, but the Panthers, like, it's just, I was looking at it and I was like, why is Bryce Young like they're not going deep at all. And then when they do, like everybody's covered. Then two, they were like ducks, man. Like, he wasn't putting zip on the ball. He didn't look comfortable. Like, it just looked like something was wrong.
Yeah. It was a week or two ago. He had his first pass
Not yet.
go for more than 40 yards. It's like, I mean, you could say this for any team, any quarterback.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, because I'm doing this, I've got a CJ Stroud video coming out. So, like, I've been thinking about this. And it's not fair to write off Bryce Young yet. I don't think Tom and I are saying, like,
No,
Bryce Young is terrible. He's going to continue to be terrible. We understand he's not in an ideal situation. And this offseason, depending on what the Panthers do, a lot of that could change. Sure. And I think the Panthers would be better with Andy Dalton playing right now.
Well, in your answer, like, this super chat, right? Do you think that that's also part of it?
I mean, there's a chance. I think it's David Tepper. Really we just like, I don't know David Tepper well enough. What we do know is the idea was that Frank Reich, Josh McCown, those guys were very high on CJ Stroud, but Tepper and anyone above Frank Reich wanted Bryce Young. When you trade up to that number one spot, you better know who the fucking dude is that you're doing it. And the Panthers, right after they traded up, said, we don't have a specific quarterback. We like all 3 or 4 options. We like all 3 guys. We're going to go through the process, then make our decision. No. You jump up. You give up that much to get to number one. There better be the guy there to make your team better instantly. And I think that's the unfair position Bryce Young has been put in.
First season.
But I do believe if CJ Stroud were on the Panthers, we would still be talking about how good CJ Stroud is. If Anthony Richardson were on the Panthers, we would be like, oh, there's something there with Richardson. We don't know if there is something there with Bryce Young. Maybe there could be. Time, like quarterbacks need time. It's the same benefit I think Kenny Pickett deserves with the Steelers. There's a lot to be desired there. But where was Pickett drafted? 20? Pick 20? So nobody expects him to be good right away. Pick number 1? Like, that's where Andrew Luck was taken. That's where Joe Burrow was taken. That's where Peyton Manning was taken. That's where these guys you think could instantly change your franchise. And Bryce Young, I don't think he's that guy.
They also traded up for them, too. Like, that's also, it's not like they just have, like, the number 1 overall pick that was just sitting there like, oh, we're the worst. Yeah. Like, let's take a shot and hope this guy is it. Like, they traded up. They're going to be worse off as a team because this coming season, they don't have, like, a top 3 draft pick that they would have had. Can you imagine? Yeah. Like, and God forbid, Bryce Young is not the answer. Oh, man, this is going to be a rough one. Because the 49ers, this would have happened to the 49ers if they didn't have all those skill players and Brock Purdy didn't come along. Because they did this for Trey Lance and gave up even more. And, like, we would have been looking at them going like, oh, my God, that's a dumpster fire. So, right now, I mean, again, your defense is super young. You've built it throughout the draft. But because you haven't paid attention to your offense, now this is kind of also what's coming down. But Frank Reich, that's the interesting question because there was a lot of hype and stuff like that. Of course, there was like, hey, maybe we should keep our interim head coach. But now you bring in Frank Reich. He has not been that offensive guy that you want him to be. He's not.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot of reasons why that could be. But it's
I think
it's rough.
I have this other idea that, like, when you're drafting a quarterback high, if you're a head coach and you want your job security for a couple years, you want a quarterback that is more like Justin Fields, where you can be successful multiple ways with your offense, right? Like Justin Fields had 1,000 rushing yards last year. That's where, like, okay, let's see what the Bears do with Justin Fields this year. Bryce Young, he made plays with his legs at Alabama, but, like, right now he looks like a lame duck in the pocket. And you're right. It looks like he doesn't have the NFL level arm at this point. And given Adam Thielen's their best receiver. So
yes.
I get it. Maybe there's not a lot of options deep down the field, whatever. But like, if you're banking on keeping your job, I think having a dynamic quarterback who can both throw and run will buy you a lot more time. Or just you just got to identify like the next CJ Stroud. It's like the dudes who are just
easy peasy,
mentally ready to play the game and have all the arm talent and precision.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's funny.
It's true. It's true. Well, and that's I said this too because someone was asking about the Texans as well and was like, why don't the Texans have any primetime games? I'm like, look at the Lions. It was the same exact reason. And they got a primetime game last year in which they knocked out the Packers, right? And now this year, they have primetime games. The same exact thing is going to happen with the Texans because the thing that the NFL loves the most is a good quarterback. And they will throw that on whatever primetime they possibly could. And you see, like, the reason why this episode's called Primetime Pain. The primetime games this week are not good. They are.
Buffalo, Denver will be good.
So, yeah, they're not good. So
you son of a lover.
Dude. The Broncos
Guarantee
have a losing record.
Okay. Bills, Broncos will be the best primetime game of the first half of the NFL season. People are going to be talking about, thank God we put Bills and Broncos on primetime and the NFL did not flex them.
Brandon, if it's bad, I'm going to be right here next to you. And I'm going to remind you how...
Good.
Okay.
Just wait till Monday's episode when we're previewing Bills Broncos.
Okay.
My belief in this team is only going to get stronger the closer we get to game time.
Alabama's rough for it. I mean, listen, Bart Starr, right?
Yeah.
But
now see this whole like college QB thing.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
This school hasn't produced. It is. Everybody, you guys realize it's bullshit, right?
I don't buy into it.
You can compare it with like if it's the same coach and the same system,
like
and
same
that
program,
system's not conducive to developing NFL ready QBs. But like when you're going back historically too far, it's like, all right, it's more coincidence than anything.
Well, I think it depends, right, on the position group. Because like there are certain programs that are like, hey, like we produce amazing running backs, right? Because like either it's like the program's been it's been a mainstay for like many, many years, or it's been like defensive ends, right? Like we produce like look, Georgia defenses right now like are super popular. And again, like you look at the system, the coaching, etc. But yeah, over time, it kind of loses a little bit of its allure, if you will, a little bit.
Yeah, it's like if a coaching staff has changed within that time, it's like it's kind of irrelevant.
And QB's is such a
CJ
difficult
Stroud
one.
was working with insane receivers at Ohio. That's why people weren't sure if he could. It's like, is his talent too good? Here's the thing: if the quarterback looks good with really good talent. And you're talking about making tough throws. Joe Burrow looked good with insane talent. CJ Stroud did. And now Stroud and Burrow elevate their talent. And the Bengals still went out and got one of the best receivers in Jamar Chase. So you do have to continue to put talent around those guys. And what the Panthers do for Bryce Young this offseason will shape
They need a number one wide receiver.
His future.
Like now.
It'll shape his future. Yeah.
Well, they drafted Jonathan Mingo, and I think that was kind of like a, hey, all right, let's try. But like, even I like would look at Jonathan Mingo. I was like, yeah, no, he's fine. Like he's like a good steady guy. Could be like maybe a wide receiver 2, maybe 3. Yeah. But dude, like they need
and
like
they can't get that guy this year because the Bears got their pick.
They could have gotten like a Marvin Harris. Again, that wouldn't have solved all their problems. But they couldn't like a Marvin Harris that you would have been like, all right, we're rocking. Yeah, the jerseys are not good. They're not great. They're not.
I don't mind them.
They try. The
orange is a tough color to make work, but
helmets are just too much. It's just too much. All right, we got a bunch that I do want to talk about though. I want to get it. Also, we're not gonna like jump it, but you saw the Bill Belichick thing I was referencing, right?
Yeah.
Like
it's the ring cam. There's a ring cam video of Bill Belichick leaving a home shirtless.
Let's go blazing.
Should I just pull it up?
Someone posted on Twitter. Congratulations, those Blaze. That's awesome. Someone posted, and I don't know the context of it, so that's why like I don't want to say what it is because I don't know what it is. But it's Bill Belichick like walking out on like a front deck shirtless. It's just like, and it said like Belichick doing the walk of shame. Now again, like he could have just been like walking outside, getting the paper or something. I don't know, but it it basically was like, I have never thought about Bill Belichick having sex. And then I was like, I wish I continued on that path. I wish I continued
Weird.
that with my
I've
life.
thought about it a lot, actually.
That does not surprise me in any way, shape, or form. It's Bill Belichick. My man's just like, oh man. It's a time. It's a time.
Is he doing the walk of shame? That's what people wondered.
Yeah, Tammin, you wonder. You wonder. You wonder.
Well,
oh my god. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's
to me, it just looks like he's. I guess it's like, what? Where is he? Feels like he's just in the morning. He forgot something in his car. He's going to get something out of his car. Is it more condoms? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's where his favorite coffee mug is. Maybe that's where all of the secret game tape that they have been illegally taping is. I just don't know what's out there. How did somebody get this, though? That's what's disturbing. It's like, who got this ring cam footage? Was it possibly the alleged person he could have been sleeping with? Did they go, oh, I got Belichick leaving my house. Here it is. Because if that's not what happened, then somebody hacked into the ring system.
Listen, if you win that many Lombardis and like,
I do believe the only way Bill Belichick can get an erection is if a war documentary is playing on the TV while the sex is happening.
Ken Burns needs to be commentating, or nothing happens at all.
Or if there is a third person in the room, they're not participating in the sex. They're standing in the corner just reading quotes from The Art of War. It's just strategical ways to best your opponent. That's Belichick's.
I disagree. I think, and not in a weird way, I think there's someone videotaping it just so they could break down the film later. But he breaks it down like he's breaking down defenses and offensive scheme. Goes, all right, yeah, you were the 3-4 here, but the A gap was way, way, way too open.
Yeah, was that was weird Jan way in The Office? Was made her and Michael record their sex and then broke it down of all the things he was doing wrong.
This is okay. So let's take a look here, and you see right here. This is one way I think you could actually be a better lover. I'm gonna get into specifics about technique, effort. You know, I think there's effort there, but let's be honest. You could be trying a little bit harder here. And this is not critique as you as a person, as a lover.
I love her. Held on to it for that long. You got the.
It tickles my throat to do the Belichick.
The A gap.
Yeah, you gotta hit the A. I gotta hit the A gap better, if I'm being honest. I prefer the V gap, but if you want to play A gap football, I guess that's your thing.
It's a Friday show, folks. We're off the rails. It's
Friday,
fine.
guys.
Listen. If this is not what you came to the show for, then I don't. Yes, offense reference for the win. Yes. But no, now here's what I'm going to say, just because this is related to football. All I'm going to say is that when Tom Brady was on the team, because I know it was Brady Ganda, right? Like the whole man in the arena. But the way that every player like Brady, Gronk, Edelman have talked about Belichick, has basically said when you're like working or playing under Coach Belichick, it is you don't pick your head up until after you win the Super Bowl. Right? Yeah. It's just like boom, 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 boom. We're not celebrating like next. I just find it like so jarring because I feel like this would have never, ever, 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 ever come out during that. And like throw on top of the fact that the Patriots are bad right now. And then that, I'm not saying it's going to impact anything, But it's just like such a Bill Belichick is like, I'm working 24/7 until we win a Super Bowl, and then I'll take some time off. And now it's just like, nah, we rocking, baby. Rocking.
Yeah, the Patriots they're just bad.
It's bad. It's bad. It's just bad.
Yeah,
It's just bad.
Mac Jones is not getting better. And they got to find a quarterback and or make a decision about Belichick and his future. I don't think there's all these rumors too now about him possibly being out if they lose in Germany. I don't buy that for a second.
There's no way. There is no way.
I just don't think somebody with his legacy, and I don't think Robert Kraft is the type of owner who would let him go during the season. It just doesn't seem like anything in how they would do business. And that would be the most surprising thing to me to happen this season if Kraft canned Belichick before the season ended. If they decide to mutually part ways after the season, I get that. But, you know, they might be in a position to draft a really good quarterback. And then it's like, you know what? Maybe we just bring in an offensive coordinator who isn't 15 rungs deep on this fucking forsaken Belichick coaching tree. Let's go get a young guy who might insert some energy and life into our offense. Bill, don't be an asshole to him for just like, you know, a month. Let this guy just have some fun on offense with our new quarterback. Maybe that's what fixes him. Because if they get a good QB, the one thing you trust Belichick to do is have that defense playing well. And they can do good defense with a lot of different pieces. Doesn't have to be elite players. So that will be interesting. Like Kraft's going to have to decide, do I stick with Belichick and we got the third pick in the draft and we can get this QB? Or do I clean the slate now, still take that quarterback and bring in who I think can actually mold and develop the guy and create the culture of this team I want moving forward? Because you could argue the Belichickian culture, it don't work without Tom Brady. And it's too old school and it's not conducive to the way a lot of NFL teams are run. Quite opposite within the division in what you see Mike McDaniel doing with the Dolphins.
Well, I think it's because there is a pretty sizable gap, right? Because the Patriots basically had like two reigns of terror. Because they had the one in the beginning, right? Like when Brady first came on the scene, they win a bunch of Super Bowls. Yeah. But then there's a significant gap in there where they don't win a Super Bowl. And then they start winning again. So like he kind of guides them through this like rebuild, reload. But like they're at least like competitive and like messing around. So I think it's just the defense has players on it where they can be competitive right around now, right? Missing like maybe like one or two. But that offense, similar to the Panthers, in which their O-line isn't good. Their receivers, they drafted Thornton hoping that he was going to be the speedster guy. They don't, for the first time in like the longest time, they don't really have a run game. And they don't have like they don't have anything going on offense. You're talking about clean slate. Like that offense needs to be a clean slate. So I think it's trying to hold your head above water with the defense, and you put on like a decent defense on the field. But the offense has either just been ignored, not really, they're not hitting on the draft picks, that it's kind of caused this now awful offense that you see. And that's kind of on Bill because he's also the GM. Like, and that goes into, okay, well then maybe you need to give that up. And then if Bill's not going to give that up because of whatever reason. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I don't think Kraft would do it after this year. I don't. But if he did, I would be curious to see, does Belichick take the Tom Brady route and go, all right, like I'm going to go somewhere though that I think like can win now, that need a head coach, and like I'm going to go and try to win them a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, if
I'm
Robert
I'd love
Kraft,
to see that. I would love to see that.
I'm Robert Kraft. I think I do decide it's time to move on from Bill, and I go out and I get Ben Johnson, and I get my next quarterback. That's my prediction of what I would do if I were Robert Kraft. And I'm not Robert Kraft. I would never, ever solicit a sex house in Florida.
That's the right name.
Massage sex house. I would never do that. So
I think that's a perfect transition to what Scott's saying. Good. Just make the trans. Come on.
You want to visit the sex house of fantasy football? Everybody scores with Underdog Fantasy, Tom. Bam, 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 bam. Use our code GPS when you sign up. Has anybody signed up today? Can you guys sign up for Underdog Fantasy? Link in the description. We got a QR code. You use our code GPS. They're going to match your first deposit up to $100. I told you guys the $500 matching was not staying. And everybody said, shut up, Perna. You're an idiot.
I think they just said that about your power
okay.
rankings, buddy.
Okay. Well, guess what? Now we're about to build my first ever winning pick'em team. Tom?
Okay. But folks, before we get into this, some context. If you're just like, I'm going to tune in for the first time in GPS, first of all, I'm so sorry.
We do need to be better about context. I agree.
That's one. But two, Brandon has never won a pick'em. Never won. Never.
Yeah.
Right.
And some people are saying on Twitter that I'm 0-10 or 0-9.
It's worse.
Guys, I've played multiple every week. I think
worse.
I'm 0-40. I think I might be 0-40.
Worse. It's so much worse. Honestly, I think Belichick within that system, but Reed outside of it.
Yeah, let me check something here. Let me
Right?
Let me see here.
Oh, hold on. What do you looking?
Pick'em.
Tampa's worth it. Yep.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's look at all the times I have not won, Tom.
Oh my god. Hold on. I need to look through this. What do we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. As you can see, I'm not close. 13, 14. Ooh,
Hey, that
almost
was
got
close.
it. 15. Gotta load more. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Look, I got all of them wrong. All of them. 29. I got all of them wrong before I got all of them right. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I think there's 37. I'm 0-37. Cool. I suck at this game. I do better in drafts. Don't look at what I'm doing and be like, no. I shouldn't play this game. If Perna can't do it, probably means you can. Okay? All right. So, and we're starting here. I am guaranteed to win this week. First, I'm going to take Bijan. All right. I'm playing in the $100 sweepstakes. If you see the $100 sweepstakes, what is that? The 100K. It means you use that player. You pick Bijan. You take higher or lower. And you're automatically entered to win $100,000. You don't even have to be correct with your pick'ems. All right. There's been a lot of talk this week about Arthur Smith. Doesn't use Bijan Robinson at the goal line. He gave some long, dumb explanation that nobody knows what the hell he's saying. I'm going to take higher on Bijan just because everybody's like, what the hell are you doing? All right. That's right. Now, what I have not really done, Tom, with my pick'ems is I haven't really looked through and said, this is one I'm very sure about. Instead, it's like I picked the first one.
Brandon, every week you go, you just said this is the one that I'm going to get. You say this every week. You're like, this one, gold. Gonna get it right every time.
No, but I don't. I'm just looking at the first one. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll take higher or lower on this guy. So I'm looking for a matchup that I feel really good about.
That's why we have the disclaimer. Folks. No,
this is not gambling, actually. This is a game of
skill.
skill. So
you just suck.
Not gambling.
Brandon, if it's game of skill, you're just bad. The skill's not good.
All right. Okay. Ooh. Porta. I like Laporta. Okay. This is all they're giving me right now. See, this is the other problem. Colorado is so slow to let these get posted. All right. You know what? The Chargers.
I'm sorry.
Give me higher on both of them.
It is in a row. Like, all right, so hold on, Brandon. You have the minimum's 4.
Yes.
Like, you have to pick 4.
I have to do at least 4, and I can only pick fantasy points.
Okay.
And a lot of times I pick 5. I play balls to the walls.
Well, that's okay. So how about we do 4? How about, like, do you want actual help? Like, do you want me to actually, like, craft something that I think will work well? Or do you want to just, nope, you're just doing your own thing. Okay. Okay. You're just doing, okay. All right.
I'm going all in on the Lions.
It's true.
Higher.
$10
max.
Perna's blaming
Boom.
the Colorado government for his reason why he's 0-37. He's
Damn
like,
right I am.
Those damn people in the government, the state. That's why.
Hey, Jared Polis, wake the fuck up. All right? That's our governor. Let me pick fantasy or stat totals. Polis, get your head out of your ass, Jared, and let me pick stat totals.
So, hold on. What did you wind up doing? I didn't see it.
Well, you got to pay attention, man.
I saw Bijan. Dude, you were just mumbling and just angrily scrolling and going, yeah, I think Laporta. I think this one.
Oh, I could do another.
You got to go live. No, you got to hit live. Just hit
I
live.
already submitted it.
I know, so hit live so you can see it.
Hold on. I'm going to do another one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just going to randomly choose these guys.
Thanks, he perfect. Hey, Brandon Perna. Okay, so here's another bit of context as well. So, see, look, you don't even say what you're doing. You're just like,
I used my boost. I used my boost. Here we go. I got Bijan higher than 11, Kittle higher than 7.5, and then I went all in on the Lions. Big game for the Lions against that sus Chargers defense.
And what was the other one you just did?
It wouldn't let me because I already used the boost. So
fair enough.
Can't double boost it.
Fair enough. Real quick about the sexiest man alive. I joked with Perna. Was that Thursday or Wednesday? I joked with you and I was like, oh, congrats on sexiest man alive, because people have said that he looks like Patrick Dempsey, including his wife, Jess. And like Jess goes, yeah, like he looks like Patrick Dempsey. I was like, oh, wow. So your wife thinks you're the sexiest man alive? And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, what a heartbreak. Your wife thinks you are the sexiest man on the planet. Oh, my violin gets out. You're like, yeah, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but I don't see it. I think she's delusional.
Matter. The woman that you married sees it and is like, I think you look like the person who the world thinks is the sexiest man alive. That's pretty good, Brandon. That's pretty good. Go with it, Betty! Boop! For the kitty. Yes.
No, it's nice. I love my wife.
That's good. We love Jess here.
You know, if she's wrong about something, like me looking like Patrick Dempsey, I'm just going to say I don't think you're accurate here. But here's the thing. Here's the thing nobody knows about Jess, okay? I'm going to air a little dirty laundry right now.
Oh, wow. Is that a pancreas?
Sorry. It was just too perfect.
Yeah.
It was too perfect. Yeah.
She, very complimentary. I love it. I appreciate it. I really do, okay?
Oh, we're getting a butt.
But
we're
Jess
getting
is
a
also
butt.
the type of person who we're watching a show, and any actress, she's like, I kind of look like her, don't I? She's like, I look. People have told me I look like her. I'm like, nobody's told you that. She's like, yes, a lot of people said I look like her, and she said that about like, I swear to God, it's like 10 different actresses. I'm like, you can't look like all of them, but I respect that she sees the beauty in everything.
So Brandon, I just want to rephrase that a tiny bit. So your wife thinks that you look like the sexiest man alive. And as she reaches out for some validation of, hey, do you think I look like that actress? And you're like, no, idiot. No one ever said that.
That's not how I respond. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I could see it. Other times I'm like,
but you're with that enthusiasm. Yeah, I guess.
She does that. She says it about that. And then she's also like, if it's like a profession, she's like, I could have been a really good cop. I could have been a good detective. I could have been a good lawyer.
But that's not looking like an actress. That's career paths.
No, I know, but it's everyone. She's like, I would have been a great doctor. I would have been a good president.
Maybe Jess can still be a great president. We don't know. We don't know. Just saying. Just say. Oh yeah, Rob, it's going right out the door. This is the first Underdog sponsorship where it's paid itself back just from the people who are being sponsored.
Underdog's like, we have broke profit records because of you, Brandon.
Because of you, Brandon. Because
No,
of you.
not because of the conversions, because of all the times you lose.
Just you. Just you.
No, Jess, I think they are at music class right now.
Oh. All right. All right. Let's get into power rankings. Oh God. From that to that, this is I've been told to brace myself.
What? Your power rankings are wrong.
Okay. All right. So there's a mustache in heaven. Is that Arthur Smith's mustache?
It's Arthur Smith's mustache. Good job.
Hate Brandon. I have never been so disappointed in getting an answer right because that means that I'm really starting to tap in to your complete madness and insanity. I looked at that, I was like, yeah, that's probably Arthur Smith's mustache. It's in heaven. But you put things in heaven because they need healing. That's why you put that there. So you're saying the mustache needs healing or is in heaven because it's dead? Because now then heaven has two different meanings.
Oh yeah, heaven got multiple meanings by now,
Okay,
Tom.
there it is. Okay, good. I just want to make sure we were going into the multiverse. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Let's pull it up again. Let's do it. Okay. All right. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing, and I'm just going to call this out, there seems to be less teams than usual. And that, okay, the Broncos
Yeah, I
are
kept
at
it pretty
1.
clean this week. I kept it clean.
Brandon?
Well, there were 4 teams on a bye, too.
You still put them on your power rankings, Brandon?
No, I didn't.
The Broncos?
Well, I made one
exception, Brandon!
I made one exception, Tom. One exception for the best team in the NFL, undisputed. Nobody can say that the Broncos are not the best team at this point. Nobody can say that. They beat the Chiefs. You got the Chiefs at 4. Did the Broncos lose this week? No. All they did was actually get healthier. And when they beat the Buffalo Bills, everybody's going to come crawling back. They're going to start doing groveling at my feet and saying, oh my gosh, Perna, I am so sorry. I didn't believe in the Broncos. We could not see the things you were seeing as this team matured and grew under Sean Payton. After they kicked Buffalo's ass on Monday Night Football, I will wait Wednesday, because we don't do Tuesday, for the apologies. I will wait for them.
You would be, you know what? Speaking of presidential candidates, I really think, Brandon, you'd make a great politician. And here's why. Because I just said to you, point blank, to your face, you said there were teams on a bye, and I said you still put them in the power rankings. And you flat out said, no, I didn't. As the
I did not do that.
Are sitting at number 1, you go, oh yeah, I made one exception. It's perfect.
That's right.
It's perfect.
You can't get caught in a lie if you always deny it.
You know what?
Fool me once.
Maybe
shame on you.
Maybe we've judged Perna too harshly. Maybe instead we're just like, you know what? Perna is the U.S. political system right now. Maybe it's a deep, deep metaphor that his power rankings is
That's
U.S.
Actually, that's probably true, and that's a terrible thing for our country.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So that's what it is. This whole thing has been a deep, deep metaphor. Yep.
Did not have sexual relations with that woman.
But I
Miss
am wearing
Kulinski. Yeah. You know what's fun? So, you know the George Bush quote, like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, don't get fooled again, right? Like he gets that quote wrong.
Yeah.
We said that at the end of an episode, and then I think Will wrote the joke about and I'm quoting my favorite band, Led Zeppelin. And obviously it's a Who song. And so I said that. And then I said my favorite band, Led Zeppelin. I played the Who music soundbite, and then I put Greta Van Fleet over the Who.
Who you like?
So it's just like 3 layers of it being wrong. One person, of course, was like, wait, that's not a Led Zeppelin song. Am I missing something in here? Is this guy always like this? I was like, yes, we did it, Will. We got him. We got him.
Yep.
Let me tell you, I think all alligators should have guns. I think all gators should have guns.
So if we take a look at the power rankings here, so you had the Dolphins at 6 still. We already had this conversation on Wednesday. It was just because, again, I think they're a good football team. I just need them to beat a winning team.
Wow, you took them out though. That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's far more egregious than anything I've done in this list. And keeping the Seahawks at 10, you're gonna look so dumb.
You have the Broncos at
Your
1.
Seahawks take is wrong.
You have the Broncos at 1, Brandon.
Right now, if the Broncos played the Seahawks, they would beat them by 20 points.
You have the Broncos? You don't even believe that. There's no way you believe that right now.
Okay, 13
I almost
points.
put the Saints at 10, though, by the way. I almost put the Saints at 10. They were like an honorable mention I gave.
The cream is rising to the crop, and I think the Saints are putting something together.
Did you say the cream is rising to the crop?
No, I said top. If I said crop, I meant crop top.
The cream is rising to the crop.
To the crop top.
All right, so the 49ers are not even on yours. I get it. See, the thing about the Steelers, though, I'm like, no, man. Like, they win, but it's not good. It's not.
No,
the
it's not.
offense is not good.
I hate watching the Steelers, but their defense is legit.
Their defense, yeah. No, their defense is good. Someone asked me what was like the worst Super Bowl matchup, like the most boring one. Can you imagine Steelers and Saints? Oh, I mean, the Saints have had an offense for 2 weeks, but it's just, yeah, it's pretty
Worst
rough.
Super Bowl matchup.
Not for like, oh man, like that's Browns.
Yeah.
Were you say the Browns?
Browns.
I'm just saying the most boring, like the worst one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The Browns force very boring football. Who do I want from the NFC as the most boring
It's all love.
team?
It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, you might be right.
Right? Like that would be of like teams that theoretically could make it.
Yeah. That's what's kind of crazy is like the NFC has fewer boring teams that are good than the AFC right now.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, Olivia, did you just crack the code?
There's no code, Brandon. There's no code.
There is kind of a code,
Brandon,
if you think about
you
it.
have hell, which is Robert Saleh. You have purgatory, which is the Chargers, which I get that. And in heaven, you have Ryan Tannehill, a tiny Kyler Murray, and Arthur Smith's mustache. There is no code. It is just pure insanity.
It's the bro code. Ryan Tannehill's career is over. I put it in heaven for healing and protection. Kyler Murray, first game back. He needs some love. Okay,
the mustache
he needs
is
a little
gone.
heaven.
What do you mean healing and protection? It's gone. It didn't get protected.
Well,
it's
the
dead.
mustache is dead. It's gone.
So then why
it
is it in
disappeared.
heaven?
It disappeared. Like
So then
Bijan
you
Robinson
need to
in the
have-
red zone. It was a nice setup for a joke. Did
you have a 1.5 this week?
Oh shit, I did. It was Keenan Allen's catch.
All right.
In the game. It was Keenan Allen's catch because
the worst part is I said that makes sense. But no, it doesn't, because it's a play. It's a play in the top 10 teams
that's 1.5
in the NFL.
is for whatever you want, Tom. It's for whatever you want. And Keenan Allen, I don't love Keenan Allen, but the catch he made to become the second Chargers receiver to hit 10,000 yards, it was an insanely impressive catch. And when you break a record on an awesome play, 1.5. I am proof free will exists. That's right.
No, I think that was saying like free will keys.
No? Will
think that-
part of the madness.
I think that was, yeah, that's I really think, like maybe, I feel like, like week like 16, I just need to give up. I just need to give up and show up and just madness and try to match it, and I'll fail, and I will fail.
No, you won't.
It's free will keys. Free will keys. Oh, you also cursed the Bengals, you douche nozzle?
Oh, Bengals got cursed.
Oh, that's rough.
See, this, I'm scared though. I think we all believe in the curse unanimously, including myself. And now I think the Bengals are going to win. But people are like, your curse is already working because now we don't even know if T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are going to play. But we knew we knew Jamar Chase was already banged up. So, like, the wheel can't take credit for previous injury, guys. Or can it? Should I put JFK in there and see if the wheel gets him? You can't say too soon. We've had plenty of time to process that. It's not too soon. We've had time to process it, Tom. It's over 50 years. It's not too soon.
It's not too soon. Should we put him in there and see if the wheel gets him?
What if I put him in there and then we find out JFK is actually still alive?
You are going to attract a ton of people that I don't know if you want.
No, I don't. I do not want crazy political people. I do not.
Going to attract. I'm just saying, you could do that. You could do that, but
Okay.
let's preview some games real quick, Brandon. Please, God.
Wow, we really let this get out of hand today. I apologize.
We lost full control today. You know what? It should have been the title today, so we put in the agenda. That should have been the first out. Like, be like, hey, this could be a problem. This could be an issue. Holy God,
Packers
that was
Steelers. You got
funny.
Packers Steelers, huh?
Yeah, we got the Packers Steelers. We do. Yeah, we do. That game's gonna watch it in the fourth quarter. You'll see everything that you need to see in that game. That's that game's gonna be probably bad. It's probably gonna be real
You're right.
bad.
I'm sorry. It was Keenan Allen's catch. Do you think Green Bay's gonna win? I don't. Oh shit! Let me see. Who did I pick?
That's what I'm saying. Let's preview some games.
Yeah, no, I forgot. I bring up the pick'ems.
Oh my
Forgive
God.
me. I move at a slower speed than most people. I am looking, efforting. All right, here we go. I got last night's game right, bitches.
You did.
I said.
Wait a minute.
I know. I thought Chicago would win by
have
more.
a better pick'em record than you.
What are you at?
I am 85 and 54.
Classy. All right, I got a little risky this week, but
Did you forget to
Colts,
pick some
Pats?
games some weeks?
What's that?
Did you forget to pick some games some weeks?
I missed one game. It was one Thursday night game. I forgot to get the pick in,
Got it.
but I think
Okay.
I would have picked wrong anyway.
Okay.
FBI ain't calling me. I am the FBI.
All right. I picked the Colts too. People are like, "Are you gonna stream the Patriots game?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." Just like I woke up early. I did 4 games last week. There is no shot. You picked the Texans?
Hey, I'm not gonna pick against the curse. I ain't picking against the curse.
Interesting. Wow.
That's how much I believe in CJ right now. And I picked this before I knew T. Higgins was hurt. So I feel better about this pick today.
Damn. Okay. That's I did pick the Bengals. I did pick the Bengals.
Yeah. Only 8% taking the Texans. I get it. This one was tough, but I am going with the Saints over the Vikings. Although it's like, how good could the Vikings be now that Josh Dobbs has had like
An
a
actual
week and a
of
day,
practice.
a week and a day to learn a playbook?
Yeah. I did pick the Saints as well, literally for that same thing. Because I was just like, all right, against a better defense. Like, because Dobbs is good, don't get me wrong. But, like, he also will struggle against, like, good defenses. So I think that the Saints should. And if the Saints show up with an actual offense again, woo.
Start believing, Nola.
So you picked the Steelers.
I did.
There's a good chance the Steelers win, too. Because I told you, I have not gotten a single Steelers game right this year. Not a single one. I've gotten every single one wrong. I picked the Packers to win, yeah.
Okay. That makes me feel better. I think, though, like, if Jordan Love looks good against that Steelers defense, that should be, like, the first real piece of hope you Packers fans have this year.
We did have some in week 1. Week 2 was nice.
I know, but that wasn't real. That was an illusion.
Not the Broncos have won, though. That's not an illusion.
No.
The Broncos being the best team in football for 2 weeks.
They beat the Chiefs? Did they beat the piss out of the Chiefs? Did they hold them to 9 points?
What'd they do last week?
Did.
Got healthier.
Beat the Packers.
Last week. This past week.
Oh, got healthy. They got healthier.
I just said it. Okay. Yeah, I picked the Titans to win as well. I did too. I was surprised that Tampa was favored that much.
I know. Hey, Baker's a dog, but, you know, hot start. Things have cooled down. Played well in that shootout against the Texans.
Oh, yeah, that was the defense that let them down. Yeah, 100%.
So, you know, I won't be surprised if Tampa wins there. This one was tough, but I'm taking the Jags.
Ooh.
My upset of the week.
Woo!
I think the Niners are going to lose 4 in a row. I just do.
I did pick the 49ers to win because I think healthier coming off the bye, it's something they need. Being played in Jacksonville is going to be tough. But if like Debo and Trent, like, are they good to go? If they're rocking...
think they said Debo's on track to play.
Okay. So then
this is the game that I am picking because I want the Jaguars.
The Jaguars need to win this game to be like, hey, they both need to win for different reasons, right? 49ers need to stop their 3-game losing streak. And then the Jaguars, they have the longest win streak right now in the NFL. They kind of need to stand up and be like, hey, like, we need to friggin' win a game here against like a really good quality opponent.
I also just want the trend of the Niners losing ever since they traded for Randy Gregory to continue. So I want the fact that Gregory infected the Niners with the losing Broncos disease and ridded the Broncos of it all in one move just to be true.
Yeah.
This one was easy.
See, I think it's gonna be an ugly game though.
It's gonna be ugly
because the AFC
it's gonna
North
be
beat the piss out of each other. So.
Here's what sucks for the Ravens.
See, I disagreed as anyone. If the 49ers didn't lose 3 in a row, I would agree with that and be like, all right, they can go toe-to-toe with the 49ers. But because they've lost 3 in a row, I think the Jaguars kind of need to prove something now. They're off. I just want to see them not turn the ball over. That's what I want to see with their offense. Sorry, Brennan, again.
No, it's just like, it feels like the Ravens really just found something with Keaton Mitchell. And they're going to have Gus Edwards, Keaton Mitchell, this 2-headed monster back there. And now Mitchell, hamstring injury this week. Limited. I don't know how serious it is, but that's just one of those things. It's like, it scares me a little bit. But I like the Ravens. I think they're just more complete than the Browns. And I think the Ravens defense is going to make Deshaun Watson look stupid again.
I picked
Falcons.
Cardinals.
Ooh, I like it.
Kyler Murray coming back, and yeah, I mean, again, they're a chippy team. Like, maybe they got that momentum playing at home. It's gonna be a big return for Kyler Murray. Let's see, like, how good they can play with him. Yeah, I know the Falcons, I think, are a more balanced team. Like, they should win, but I go Cardinals a little upset here.
Yeah, good. I like it.
I got the Lions.
Hell yeah.
I got the Lions. Cowboys are gonna absolutely beat the piss out of them. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. This one,
boom. I'm putting my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, no, I almost picked the Commanders here. I do. No, they're not gonna put. I wish. But by year, if they actually throw them the ball more, 2024. That's it, baby. Maybe 2025. The Commanders, I think, have a really good shot to win that football game. It's just what Seahawks team is going to show up. I think their offense, they are not going to be as bad as they were last week. Like, I think they'll be much better against the Commanders. So I did pick the Seahawks, but I think it's going to be a close game. I believe in Sam Howell, though. I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's shown those flashes that you would like Bryce Young to show.
Absolutely.
And he's doing a lot of things wrong, but
this freaking game, man.
No, this one was tricky.
Freaking game.
This one was tricky.
Brandon, I don't want to see this game. I don't, man.
This Sunday night football?
It's Sunday night football, Brandon.
Oh, I do want to see this one in prime time.
And I don't want to watch the Jets no more. I don't want to watch the Jets no more. I don't. All right, so you picked the Jets, though?
I did. I don't trust the Raiders' offense against their defense.
I get it. I do. It makes sense. I could totally see that logic. Go win a big! Boop! For the game. Original fall guy for JFK running late to pooping.
Whoa. Don't put me in jail for JFK. I am hoping the Raiders lose. For who said that in the chat there. But I really think...
So game 1 of the divisional round is done. The Kansas City Chiefs, they move on.
The laugh is always great. Appreciate you, Kermit. All right, I did pick the Raiders, but I have no faith in that because, again, the Jets' defense is so damn good. But their offense is so a bit... Like, Max Crosby's going to have, 8 sacks. Like, he is going to demolish him.
Maybe if the Jets just to remember to get the ball to Breece Hall, they'll be okay. I want 20-plus touches for Breece Hall.
It would be. Dude, if the Giants...
25-plus touches.
If the Giants got beat...
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We might just have to do an emergency clickbait immediately.
Bro. All right. And then you picked the Broncos.
Bam. Sure it did.
You're going to be insufferable if they win. You are going to be insufferable. It is going to be horrible.
I think I'm going to lose subscribers if they win.
Oh my God. Every Bills fan is never going to click on it ever again. And you're going to be 4-5 and you're going to be talking the most crap out of anybody in the league. That's kind of
I'll still
hilarious.
respect the Bills. I'll still respect the Bills because I am still rooting for them outside of this game. I would love for them to be the AFC champion. I want a Bills-Lions Super Bowl, and I want the winner to make me conflicted. But, hey, probably wrong that the Broncos are on to something. I say the Chargers are the team that as soon as you think they're good, they break your heart. That's my team, too. I actually believe the Broncos are good now, though, Tom. I do. I think they're on to something.
Yep.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Persona non grata. Exactly. Excommunicado. So, Brandon, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
CJ Stroud video. As soon as
finally coming
Bart
out?
finishes it up. And then tomorrow, if I can get it done, I'm going to drop everything we got wrong about the 2023 NFL season so far.
Ooh, that'll do well. That'll be nice. That'll be a good
Maybe.
video. Nah, I'll do well. Nice.
What do you got?
I think I'm going to do... So I did 2 videos last year about Amazon and the NFL and that deal, as a skit. I think I'm going to do a 3rd one today just because at this point it just needs to be done.
Nice.
And then we got Friday Night Q&A. Might have a video out tomorrow about playoff predictions, but I might wait a week on that. We'll see. Playoff! And then, I'll be streaming Sunday with Tree, also Sunday football, and Monday night with this guy.
Bam.
But, folks, appreciate the hell out of you. We'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is a GPS. And you have been navigated.
Yes, you've reached your destination. And Monday morning, tune in because we might have a special guest.
Ooh.
Is it JFK? I'm not going to say no.